When I returned from the master class abroad, it felt like my entire life had been refreshed. Brighter, richer, infused with new meaning and energy. For the first time in ages, I felt truly free, invigorated. The familiar walls of my restaurant no longer felt like a cage of routine. Instead, each plated dish wasn't just a professional triumph. It carried something deeper, something personal. I saw my newfound perspective reflected in every dish I created. But it wasn't just my cooking that had changed. More and more often, my thoughts drifted to Mia, the guide I had met during my travels. Mia was extraordinary. I was a chef in the capital, accustomed to the highest standards, engaging with the most discerning clientele, chasing Michelin dreams. And yet I found myself utterly captivated by a woman in a simple blue uniform. She embodied freedom in its purest form. Her effortless charm, her infectious laughter that echoed in my mind like the rhythmic clatter of train wheels, her eyes reflecting endless roads stretching far beyond the horizon. She was like a gust of wind that pulled me into a whirlwind. Our connection was effortless, natural. We started by talking about life, trains, and food, but before I knew it, it had become something more. Late-night messages turned into long calls, and every time my phone lit up with her name, warmth spread through me. Eventually, I invited her to visit, and from that moment our romance unfolded like a rushing river. Mia was fascinated by my world, restaurants, social circles, places where she had once visited only as a traveler. We explored the best corners of the city together. I introduced her to my colleagues, and she in turn introduced me to the world of railways, her nocturnal adventures, fleeting encounters with strangers, and stories that unfolded between stations. We wandered the streets at night, laughing until our sides hurt, hugging each other in the quiet hours, talking endlessly as if we were afraid to lose even a second apart. We got married quickly, and it seemed like it would be like this forever. But then everything changed. "Claudia," he said flatly, tucking the papers into a folder. "What?" I blinked, convinced I had misheard. He adjusted his glasses, meeting my gaze. "It's a sexually transmitted infection. You might want to think about your recent encounters." I came home that evening, my chest heavy. Mia was curled up on the couch watching TV, her laughter ringing through the room, once mesmerizing, now almost unbearable. I walked over, sat down across from her, and met her gaze. "We need to talk." She turned to me, her smile fading at the seriousness in my voice. "What's wrong? What happened?" I swallowed hard. "I went to the doctor today. I have chamia. And you know what? It's only transmitted one way." Silence fell between us. Her eyes widened, but she didn't say a word. The room became so quiet that I could only hear my own heavy breathing. "Did you cheat on me?" My voice sounded restrained, but anger was building in it. Mia lowered her gaze. Her lips were trembling slightly. She wanted to say something, but the words stuck in her throat. "Yes," she finally managed, avoiding my gaze. I froze. It felt like a slap in the face. Did I hear that right? "With whom?" I asked, although maybe I didn't want to know the answer. She froze and then barely whispered, "With the P messengers." Her voice was trembling. It was a long time ago, since my youth. Then it became a habit. It was like a nightmare you can't escape from. Everything I believed in, my marriage, my love, my life, collapsed in an instant. I abruptly got up and went to the window, trying to catch my breath. My heart was pounding and my thoughts were racing. "Get out," I said coldly without turning around. "Pack your things and disappear. I don't want to see you anymore." She stood up silently and began to pack her things. I still didn't turn around. I didn't want to see her leave. How my past disappears with it. A few minutes later, the door slammed. That's all. The end. The divorce passed quickly, just as quickly as a marriage started. One evening, Olivia, our regular guest, came into the restaurant. There was a warm concern in her eyes. "Hey, how are you?" she smiled. "It's fine," I replied, putting away my empty plate. "You look tired," she remarked. "Can we go out after work?" I looked at her and suddenly realized I have a chance to start over. A new story. A new life. I wiped my hand, smiled, and replied, "You know, That's a good idea. So guys, if you all liked today's story, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for watching.